Hey guys, welcome to another video. It's Nigel here. I know it's been a while since I put out a video, but today we're going to talk about the importance of keywords for Google Ads and how we can optimize those keywords to bring us the best results. So let's just hop straight into the video here. So the first point I have here is we want low cost keywords with high potential terms. So to find these keywords, I use a spy tool personally. I prefer SpyFu. Head over to their site, plug in your competition, find what terms they target, and then take those terms. So I will put a link to SpyFu in the description. You guys can check them out. Highly recommend them. But what I'm going to go over today is Google's built-in tool. It's a free option. It's really great at forecasting potential results with different keywords. You can plan your keywords accordingly towards your specific business. SpyFu is similar, but you can go a little crazier with it. Choose whichever tool suits your budget, right? Most people are going to go for the free option to start, as I did myself. But once you get more familiar with Google Ads, people tend to switch to SpyFu. All you have to do is basically just plug in a general phrase and then find more niche terms to target. So target different customer demographics than you might not have considered before. So at number 2 here, I have ranking. Choose your target type, right? There's 3 different types of keywords that are used for Google. It's the broad match, phrase match, or exact match. And I'll go over what that actually means when I go into the keyword planning. A broad match will often get low quality traffic than a phrase match or an exact match. A broad match will often get low quality traffic than a phrase match or an exact match. Number 3 here is make your campaigns relevant, right? Match your ads, your offer, and your landing page. All of the ads should be congruent with what you're offering, and the same thing goes for landing page, right? So if we're looking for keywords, we want to make sure those keywords are actually on our landing page, right? They're actually in our ads. Make everything relevant, right? That's just going to make Google optimize your campaign even further, right? Because they want their users to have the best possible experience on Google. So that's why when you see an ad rank out at number 1, everything's relevant. Their offer's great. Their landing page is very user-friendly. So this all comes into play when we're advertising on Google, right? Obviously, the more relevant your ads, the more Google prioritizes them. Pretty straightforward. Number 4, and this is probably the most important part of all of this, is create a solid customer experience. Make sure your site is clean. Show people clear policies like refund, shipping, have on-site customer service, right? Make sure your offer is solid. The more people shop and enjoy shopping with you again, the more you're going to get prioritized. So an example I like to say is, if you're advertising scuba diving gear equipment, right, and someone clicks on that ad, but it takes them to a coffee shop in Brooklyn, your ad rank is just going to be terrible. You're going to be on page like 99, right? So everything needs to be congruent, like I said in the last point, but this point has more to do with the customer experience. So how easy is it to navigate the website? Is there a bunch of buttons you have to press, or is it just an easy scroll and click, right? Is there customer testimonials on there? Are you putting your refund policy? So putting the, buyer risk at a lower threshold, right? So all of this comes into play to actually get that conversion, right? An inefficient process applied to automation will only amplify those inefficiencies. So if your website's shit, right, and you advertise, you're not going to get any conversions, and it's just going to amplify that terrible website on Google, right? So when you consider advertising on Google, I would first consider what you're advertising, the whole business model. I cannot stress this enough, this point, right? Is if your business model isn't there, you don't have your target customer, market tests haven't been done, you're a lot less likely to achieve results than if you went through all that legwork first instead of basically lighting cash on fire with advertising an inefficient business or an inefficient process. whatever that may be. So take a look at your website, take a look at your offer, take a look at your policies, your customer testimonials, and make it congruent with each other. Make yourself have the best chance of success is what I can say with this point. So a little recap of what we went over. Use SpyFu for research, or typical SEO tools like what we'll go over in Google. Choose the right match types, right, for different keywords. Make your offer and ads relevant, like I went over, and make your shopping experience rememberable. This last point is huge. So without further ado, let's go over into how you can actually plan your ad campaigns before you launch. And this is super, super important if you're, actually trying to make money with Google. I think that's why you guys are watching this video. So let's get straight into it. Okay, I am in my test account. This is ads.google.com. This will be your advertising dashboard. What we're going to do here is go to tools and settings. And then once we're here, we're actually going to go to keyword planner. So once we hit keyword planner, we can discover new keywords. So maybe just come up with ideas. We can also get search volume and forecasts of what the keywords that we thought of that we're initially bringing to the table, what that would look like, of how much we're spending, what the conversions look like, click-through rates, all that good stuff. And then we can, far enough into the campaign structure, we can organize keywords into different ad groups as well. So what I'm going to go over today is we are going to just discover some new keywords at the start. Okay. So maybe we are plumbers. And maybe we want to be plumbers in a specific area. So let's say plumbers in New York. 24-hour plumbing. 24-hour plumbing, New York. Bear with me. Okay, we'll get results. So now Google's going to give you broaden your search terms, so we can put tradesperson as well, get results. Can put 24-hour handyman service, get results. Handyman. So this data here, this is showing from July 22nd, right, to basically June 23rd, last month, recording this video. So we're actually going to change the location here as well. Right now it's set to Canada, but since we put our keyword search term as New York, I would suspect we should probably only target New York, right? We don't want someone in Toronto or Vancouver, Canada to search plumbers in New York and cost us that click, right? We want to make sure the people that we're targeting are in our serviceable area. Now, if you're an e-commerce company, this is a little more relaxed. But obviously, if you are a local business professional, tradesman, what have you, you want to make sure you're actually targeting the locations that you service, obviously. So right now we're in New York, but maybe this plumber wants to travel and he wants to go to New Hampshire as well. So we'll just target that as well, and Vermont. Target, boom. Okay, we'll save it. This is the plumber's serviceable area. So now we can see the average monthly searches of the keywords that we provided. And they also provide us with, let's see, 1,700 different keyword ideas, right? Now we can see the top of bid, low range and high range. So how much we might be paying per click to place top of bid, right? Because I would say 30% of the determination of you placing top of bid, I would say 40% is how much you're paying, right? Is your bid. Obviously, if you're a new up and coming soda company and you're bidding against Pepsi for the keyword Pepsi, they're going to pay a hell of a lot more than you will. Also, SEO, all that stuff comes into the factor, but you get the point. We can see different keywords here. We can maybe add them to our forecasting. It's really amazing, this stuff. So now that you kind of see, the numbers on what you would expect to pay per click advertising on Google with any different keyword you wish, let's hop into a little bit of a devious method that you could use to get those proper keyword ideas. So back at the start of the keyword planner section, we'll click on discover new keywords as well. But what you can do is if you have competition, you can actually put their website in here and see all the keywords that they are using and get the data from there as well, which is a lot better method that we love to use, especially because we service more product-based businesses. So we need to find their competitors and bid on those keywords so that maybe we have a better deal, or maybe, you know, it could be a culmination of different things, but stealing away customers is the idea, right? If we're still a plumber in New York, we want to find another plumber in New York, maybe the best performing one, take their URL, punch it in here. So let's do that right now. Okay, we are going to search plumbers in New York, right? The keyword that we forecasted. So here we go. These guys are the first ones that popped up. Now, already what they're doing wrong is they're targeting me, and I live in Canada, nowhere near New York. I'm on the west side of Canada. So they're already wasting money. So let's click on their ad as punishment. Let's do it. Probably just cost them around $38, I believe that click was in the keyword forecast. So that's tough. Maybe I should send them a email. But basically we will just take their URL. It's very long. We'll go back into the keyword planner here. We're going to go start with website, put in that site, and we'll use only that page, only the page they were advertising, right? Because, I mean, this page is exactly what we would probably advertise if we were a plumber in New York, right? We have a call out, call to action, schedule service online, right? Easy to navigate. This is a pretty solid website. So let's get the results here. So what keywords are they using? So we can see they're using their own keywords. Let's see if we can find the keyword that we searched up. It's going to be a lot of pages to flip through, but I mean, their average cost per click is probably, I mean, from what I'm skimming through here is $20 or $30, I can see, to place top of page, right? So we just probably cost them $30 finding out this information. And that's because they don't have their location targeting set up correctly. So I guarantee you they're wasting tons of money on their website. Not the greatest. I would definitely fix this. But yeah, I mean, this is stuff you guys can do on your own, right? Like if you have a business that you're wanting to advertise, simply search online your competitor if you know them, take their URL, put it in here, and you can get a keyword plan and use the exact same keywords as they do. If you have a stronger business model, if your offer is better than theirs, if your service delivery, customer experience, all is better, then who's to say they're going to stay in business, right? If you're really the market dominator. And like I said, Google will only amplify your business model. So it will only amplify those inefficiencies if your business is inefficient. And if it's the polar end of the spectrum, then you will be rewarded heavily simply by just doing simple things like this, right? Is doing a keyword plan. Like I said, they're paying probably $20 or $30 for every click, right? And they were at the top of page. Just for example, New York Plumbing, they don't have data on this. It's only 10 average monthly searches, but we can see, I want to find the one in New York. I want to see if I can find that. Unfortunately, I can't search keyword ideas. But this is specifically what they're using. Plumber New York. Yeah. So he was placed at top of page. You guys can see here. He paid $40 for us to click that. This is why you guys got to do keyword research. Like it's not something to play around. If you guys are serious about, you know, spending cash on Google, you need to do it the right way. And just easy, simple stuff like this is going to save you thousands of dollars. I'm not kidding. These guys just paid $40 for this video. So that's great. Anyways, let's hop back into the end of the video here. All right, guys. So we're actually going to go over some keyword match types, right? So what is the difference between broad match keywords, phrase match keywords, and exact match? So take, our search term is an iPhone case, right? So with broad match, there's no asterisks like you can see here, quotations. iPhone case is broad, so that means, searches related to your keyword will appear. So if someone puts iPhone 10 case, that'll show up. iPhone 12 case, iPhone 14 case. So it's very broad. Like what kind of iPhone case? Like it could be anything, right? So it would show for Apple phone case, best iPhone case, worst iPhone case. Like there's a ton of different things that would pop up for this broad match. Phrase match is different, right? So that would be searches with the same meaning as your word. So it has to have phone case in there that would describe the phrase. So blue iPhone case or iPhone case waterproof, right? It gets a little bit more narrow, the phrase match. Exact match is exactly what it means. We put brackets around the keyword, and what that does is that searches for the same exact meaning or intent as your keyword. So all that'll show up is iPhone cases, case iPhone, the only 3 different iterations you could do. So I hope that kind of clarifies the difference between broad match, phrase match, and exact match. Using this for your campaigns will differentiate between your business, right? If you're targeting specific locations, I would say go exact match or phrase match. But at the start of your campaigns, I would just leave it at broad match at the start. Let Google build an algorithm for you. So I hope that clarifies a little bit about the different types of keywords, the 3 different types, broad, phrase, and exact. Depending on whether or not you should use them is completely reliant on your business model, right? So if you're location dependent, I would use exact match or phrase match, just because you don't want people outside of your location to be searching for things like we went over, plumbers in New York, right? So that's a little background on keyword match types. All right, guys, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave it a like. And if you do enjoy my content, please do subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I do plan on releasing videos more frequently, more consistent. I love doing these videos. I love helping you guys out. Reading the comments is really awesome. So if you guys have any video ideas, leave them down below. But thanks for watching. Bye.